much. You may take your seats. I'm just going to give you the opportunity to speak. I will speak with them at the later stage. We'll do the oath now. Are you doing the oath now, or will you do it?
The old now. Then we'll deal with this. Okay. And it will be this afterwards.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time which we have been waiting for. I'm just going to call upon our magistrate, Kaeletu Qwaqwa, to just come forth and do the commission of oath for the new SRC. Over to you, Ndate. You're welcome. Can you give him a round of applause?
I prefer to remove this. Is it all right? Afternoon, colleagues. I think it is right for me to say colleagues, because when you are here at this stage of your lives, 99.9% of the chances are that you will be my colleagues in different spheres of life. I must thank you. Before that, I think I must tender my apology for coming this time. I received the program yesterday afternoon, but unfortunately it was a bit late for me to reshuffle my work environment. They always say a boss will never be late, it's only delayed. That's what happened. I will tender a request to the presiding to withdraw the warrant that was already authorized against me for failing to be here at 12. Having said that, colleagues, before I inaugurate these new coming guys, I think I deem it fit to say thank you to the colleagues that I was here for on the previous occasion. I'm happy, much more happy that I was lucky to hear what one of my colleagues was saying about yourselves. Though I was late, but I arrived at the right time. I was happy to hear that the treasury of the previous SRC was a good one, in the sense that everything has been arranged accordingly. Now I will call upon our new SRC members. There is a saying that experience is the best teacher, and I fully agree with that saying. Now that you left the positions that you were in, I again give you the responsibility to assist the new coming SRC members, so as to make sure that what has been said to you is going to be said to them tomorrow. And if it is said to them tomorrow, That simply means there is no year that will be wasted by yourselves in the institution. You need to come and go. There won't be any delays. Thanks, colleagues. Now I'm calling upon Nare Mutsusi Sylvester. An oath is something that is problematic in the sense that once you deviate, it becomes a problem. You see us on the other side. Mr. Mulu, Nare is the surname, ne?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nare, now you are going to take an oath of your responsibility. I would urge you to say after me what I'm going to say. Plus an order.
Yes, sir.
I, Nare Mutsusi Sylvester,
I, Naramutsusi Sylvester,
with student number 201
with student number 201
406
406
45
45
27,
27.
hereby solemnly swear
Hereby solemnly swear
to serve the University of Free State, Qwaqwa campus,
to serve the University of Free State Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular, its student community,
its student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that I will be accountable to the university
I acknowledge that I'll be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and will uphold
and will uphold
the proud name
the proud name
and reputation
and reputation
of our institution.
of our institution.
You may sign for me, Mr. Nara. I also confirm that this oath of office is sworn
I also confirm that this oath of office
to before me
Is
at
sworn.
Putati Chaba on the 25th day of March
is
in the
sworn
year 2021. That I can confirm. Having said that, I am commissioning the said oath. Thank you, Mr. Nara. Now I'm going to call upon Mr. Mukwena Musidi. Colleagues, let me correct this. I'm used in Mr. One of the reasons that lead me to be used in that is our colleagues, you know, when I'm looking, I just see trousers. So you don't take an offense. Ms. Musidi, you will say this after me. I, Mukwena Musidi,
I am Qwaqwa Musidi
with student number 2014
with student number 2014
13
13
10
1045.
45. Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular,
and in particular,
its student community,
its student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and I will uphold
and I will uphold
the proud name and the reputation of our institution.
the proud name and the reputation of our institution.
Having said that, Ms. Musidi, I will urge you to sign for me your oath of office. I can confirm that this oath of office is sworn to before me at Putati Chaba on this 25th day of March in the year 2021, and as such, I'm commissioning it. Thank you, ma'am. I will now call upon Mashala Abulakhakan. Yeah. Olibukhan. Thank you, sir. You will say this after me. I, Mohlala Olibukhan,
I, Mashallah Ulabakhain,
with student number 2014
with student number 2014
409
409
04
04
08,
08,
hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular
in particular,
its student community,
its student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that I will be accountable to the university
I acknowledge that I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large.
and I will uphold the proud name
And my apologies. And I will uphold
the proud name
the proud name
and the reputation
and the reputation
of our institution.
of our institution.
Thank you, Mr. Mushlala. If you have your own pen, you can sign up there for me. I can again confirm that this oath of office has been sworn in before me on this 25th day of March, the year 2021 at Putati Chava. Thank you, sir. Now we'll call upon Chabalala Tsepiso. Mr. Chabalala, you will say this after me. I, Chabalala Tsepiso,
I, Chabalala Tsepiso,
with student number 2016
with student number 2016
23
23
48
48
47,
47,
hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular
and in particular
its student community,
its student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university. I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and I will uphold the proud name. And I will uphold the proud name
and I will uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
Thank you, Mr. Shabalala. If you have your own pen, you can sign for me there. This oath of office is sworn to before me at Putati Chaba on the 25th day of March in the year 2021. I can confirm. I will now call upon Maleka. Ms. Maleka, you will see this after me. I, Maleka Rekhomoditse. Thank you.
I, Maleka Rekhomoditse,
With student number 2017
with student number 2017
52
52
97
97
40,
40,
hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
to serve the University of the Free State,
to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular
and in particular
its student community,
its student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and will uphold the proud name
and will uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution. And the
and the
reputation.
reputation of our institution.
Thank you, Ms. Maleka. You may for me. I can confirm that this oath of office is sworn to before me at Putati Chaba on this 25th day of March in the year 2021. Thank you. Now I'll call upon Malefe Boitume. Mr. Molefe, you say this after me. I, Molefe Boitumelo,
I will be
the student number 2015
student number 2215
13 43 60. Hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
to serve the University of the Free State,
to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular its student community,
and in particular the student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and will uphold the proud name
and will uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
Thank you, Mr. Molefe. Why most of you are so left-handed? This oath of office is sworn to before me at Putati Taba on this 25th day of March 2021. I will call upon now Zombie Prince. Mrs. Zondi, you will say this after myself. I, Zondi Temiso,
I was on the Grenada,
with student number 2015
student number 2015
305
305
978.
978.
Hereby solemnly swear
Hereby solemnly swear
to serve the University of the Free State,
to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular
and in particular
its student community,
student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and I will uphold the proud name
and I will uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of an institution.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you. I can confirm that this oath of office is sworn to before me at Putati Chaba on this 25th day of March 2021. Mr. Omar Okila. Mr. Ngumalo, you may after me. I, Ngumalo Pilani,
I, Numalo Pilani,
student number 2017,
student number 2017
2206
2206
13.
13,
Hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
to serve the University
to serve the University
of the Free State, Qwaqwa campus,
of the Free State Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular its student community,
and in particular its student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that I will be accountable to the University
I acknowledge that I will be accountable to the University
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and I will uphold the proud name
and I will uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
You may, Mr. Ngumalo. I can confirm that this oath of office is sworn to for me at Putata Chaba on the 25th day of March in the year 2021. Thank you. Masuku Sifundo Tami. Mr. Masuku, after me. I, Masuku Sifundo Tami,
I must also support the family.
student number 2017
Student number 2017
32
32
88
88
04.
04.
Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular
and in particular
its student community,
its student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and I will uphold the proud name
and I will uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
Thank you, Mr. Masuku. Thank you. I confirm that this oath of office is sworn to before me at Putata Chaba on the 25th day of March in the year 2021. Tiana Bongeka. After me, ma'am. I Bongeka. Tiana Bongeka. Number 2016.
With student number 2016
417 822.
802.
Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular student community,
and student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and will uphold the proud name
and uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
I can confirm as well that this oath of office has been sworn to before me at Putata Chaba on the 25th day of March in the year 2021. Thank you. Ndombi katata. after me. I, Nyando Ndombegayiswe, student number 2018 498 010. Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular
and in particular,
its student community
its student community
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that I will be accountable to the university,
I acknowledge that I will be
accountable to the university
accountable to the university
and the student community
and the student community
at large, and I will uphold the proud name
and I will uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
Thank you, Ms. Munya. And for me. Thank you. I can again confirm that this oath of office has been sworn to before me at Kutati Chaba on the 25th day of March in the year 2021. Demand. Demand. Mr. Ndimane, after me. I, Ndimane
I, Ndimane
Olani
Olani
Tsekel,
Tsekel,
with student number 20
with student number 20
171
171
56
56
460.
460,
Hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
to serve the University of the Free State,
to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular
and in particular
its student community
its student community
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at
and
large,
student community at large,
and will uphold the proud name
and uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
Thank you, Mr. Timan, for me. Left hand for people. I can again confirm that this oath of office has been sworn to before me at Putati Chaba on the 25th day of March in the year 2021. Dlamini Snetem. This is Solkazma. After me, Dlamini. I, Dlamini Snetemba Kolega,
I, Dlamini Snetemba Kolega,
with student number 2016
with student number 2016
23
23
0746.
0746.
Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular
and in particular,
its student community
its student community
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and will uphold the proud name
and will uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
Thank you, Mr. Lamini. You may for me. I again confirm that this oath of office has been sworn to before me at Putati Chaba on the 25th day of March in the year 2021. Nkosia. After me, ma'am. I, Tabela Snatemba Nkosia,
I, Gabela Nitimba Kotia,
with student number 2015
with student number 2015
311
311
240.
240.
Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Hereby
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular
and in particular
its student community
its student community
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and will uphold the proud name
and uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
Thank you, Ms. Kabela. I can confirm that this oath of office has been sworn to before me. I put out a chaba on the 25th day of March in the year 2021. Thank you. Ngozi. Mr. Ngozi, after me. I, Ngozi Sposihle Robson,
I, Nkosi Sposika Robson,
with student number 2017
student number 2017
2383 75. Hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
hereby solemnly swear to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular its student community
and in particular its student community,
to the best of my ability. I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large,
and the student community at large,
and will uphold the proud name
and will uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. I again confirm that this oath of office has been sworn to before me at Putat Chaba on the 25th day of March in the year 2021. Thank you. Last but not least, Makulu boss, Mr. Mufokeng. Mr. Mufokeng after me. I, Mufokeng Sifiso Mshengu,
I, Mr. Mufokeng Sifiso Mshengu,
with student number 2017
with student number 2017
12
12
99
99
39,
39,
hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
to serve the University of the Free State,
to serve the University of the Free State,
Qwaqwa campus,
Qwaqwa campus,
and in particular
and in particular
its student community
its student community,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I acknowledge that
I acknowledge that
I will be accountable to the university
I will be accountable to the university
and the student community at large, and I will uphold the proud name
and I will uphold the proud name
and the reputation of our institution.
and the reputation of our institution.
Thank you, Mr. Mufokeng. Thank you for me. Now you must bind yourself first. I can confirm again that this oath of office was sworn to before me at Putat Chaba on the 25th day of March in the year 2021. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Magistrate. New SRC congratulations from the Acting Director of Student Affairs. I would like to call upon Lebohang Mosia. Over to you, Lebohang.
Good afternoon, colleagues. On behalf of the University of the Free State, Qwaqwa campus, and the Office of Student Governance, thank you, Ndate.
Sure.
This is a token of appreciation. You've been helping us, and we are hoping that you'll continue helping us through this process. Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I just take this. Can you give him a round of applause, please? Colleagues, I'm hoping that you are ready. We are going to get the congratulatory message from the campus principal, Dr. Martin Manju. Over to you, Lebo.
Good morning. It is a great pleasure, SRC, to greet you this morning. I'm very proud that after all your hard work, you actually won the elections to represent students on the institution's governance structures. As you know, the SRC exists in terms not only of the statute of the university, but also in terms of the Higher Education Act. So the role you will be playing is an extremely important one. You will be the voice of the students. You have to speak on various platforms on their behalf. You need to do this task conscientiously. And it is not just about disrupting, but it is also about being constructive. Put constructive proposals on the table. Remember, it is for the benefit of the students. I'm sure we're going to have a great time working together for the benefit of the students on the Qwaqwa campus. There's one or two things I'd like to say as a message to you. Being on the SRC is a very important step in your journey of leadership. There is a theory that leaders are born. There is another theory that says leaders are developed. I believe in the latter. I believe leaders are nurtured and they grow. I've come to this conclusion after reading our former President Nelson Mandela's autobiography, A Long Walk to Freedom. I'd like to advise that as you embark on this journey, you must be conscious about learning There's a lot of things that you will learn, that you can learn. But you need to be conscious. At the end of any experience, sit back as a group and as individuals and say, what have we learned from this engagement? What could we have done better? Always do that reflection. It is only when you do that reflection that you grow. You know, when you go into the job market and you tell them that you are in the SRC, they're not going to ask you how many protests did you lead. They're not going to ask how many classes did you disrupt. They're going to ask you one question. Oh, so you were in the SRC. What lessons did you learn about leadership when you were in the SRC? You need to be able to give a good answer to that question. Otherwise, they might come to the conclusion that even though you were a student leader, that experience did not teach you much. The second thing I'd like to talk about, you need to understand our role as management. The management of the institution does not exist for itself. We exist for the students. We exist for the academic staff. Our role is to ensure that we create a climate and an environment where the learning and teaching enterprise can take place unhindered. Part of our job is to ensure that we lobby and find the resources to make our campus one that is conducive to learning and teaching. Our job is to ensure that our students have the best learning experience on this campus. So if you think carefully about that, your mandate as the SRC and our mandate as management are not in opposition to one another. We're all trying to do the same thing for the students and for our academics and for our campus. So let us work together in these next 12 months as you start the office. Make use of the Student Affairs Office. The Vice Principal, Mr. Manchu, is a senior to whom the Student Affairs Department reports. Also, make use of him. I am very happy and excited, and I welcome you on campus as the official representative of the SRC, of the students, and I am looking forward to having a mutually beneficial and cooperative relationship with you. I wish you the best. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can you give the campus principal, Dr. Major, a round of applause again? I would like to call upon our new president, Sfiso Mfokeng, to just give us the message of the day. Over to you, Daddy. Can you give him a round of applause?
Good afternoon, colleagues. Revolutionary greetings to all fighters, sympathizers of the Students' Command, and members and ground forces. So, it is my wish not to be long on this podium, but to be short like a miniskirt, but long enough to cover the basics of everything I want to say. So, I just want to say greetings to everyone who's watching this live feed, and greetings to everyone who took part in the campaign to take us to the highest office of governance in our institution. So, today we've taken an oath that will nudge us, an oath that will prompt us, and an oath that will push us to do better during our term. So, from today, sorry for that. From today, I just want to say that we are now in an era of redefining student governance in our institution. We are a SRC that we have been waiting for since we've arrived here. So I also want to say that we are an SRC that is going to work towards having an inclusive institution. We are a generation that will work on developing a strong relationship with civil society and external stakeholders. I also want to say that as an SRC, we are an SRC that is going to represent not only the students, but the staff members as well. As one wise socialist once said, you can never separate the struggle of workers from that of students, because they are our parents. So this is just greetings. I feel like our words should be the action and the implementation that we plan to bring about in this institution. So I'd like to say, Uguti, thank you to everyone who voted for us, who gave us the opportunity to be where we are today. And I won't be long in words. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President. Can you give the President a round of applause, please? So from now on, we'll be going to SRC chamber and we'll be doing the procession. And what I'm going to request, before we can start that, we didn't capture the new SRC with the management in our midst and the magistrate. Can I request the new SRC to come forth and that the Manchu and, oh, I'm so sorry. My apology. When I look at this, I said, no, I've just jumped something before. My apology to that. Before the procession, I would like to call upon Prof. Percy Tole, our campus vice principal, academic and research, to have the closing remarks. Then we can have a procession afterwards. Over to you, May. I don't have my program with me. I just left my program here.
Hey, no stress, Madimabe. I probably was expecting to do this after the pictures. Oh. Thank you, colleagues. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, colleagues. Good afternoon, student leaders. I am seriously humbled to see the spirit within which this handover took place. It really gives hope for our country. It really gives hope that things that sometimes happen even in big nations during the time of changeover won't happen in South Africa. The spirit within which you were busy here handing over the responsibilities, the huge responsibilities towards each other, and the frankness within which you expressed what it means to be leadership, that is the outgoing SRC and the incoming SRC taking the baton, is humbling. Needless to say, these are huge responsibilities. I would like to thank my colleagues in Ntante Manchu for being ever so present at the forefront of the support of the way that the administrations and the operations happen at this university. I always say when things are in turmoil that now they are your stakeholder. They are my stakeholder when we are doing core business. But of course, I do not mean that genuinely, because I know that you are all of our stakeholders. Magistrate, I am really hopeful that you wish that you never see them in any other capacity other than what you performed here today is realized. My prayers are with you when it comes to this, but I really also hope that the new SRC really have the oath sink into them. You have now the responsibility of making the institution work, and that is why you were talking about accountable to the university, but you also have to realize that there are people and souls that must be served by this establishment that you'll be accountable to. That is that part that is talking about the student community at large. And that balance is going to really be sometimes very tricky and keep you awake at night sometimes. For the outgoing SRC, we really thank you for keeping us on our toes in the bid to make this balance work. You challenged us. You ensured that at some point the line between serving the institution and serving the students was 30 to 70%, and we really across the table saw that we are the institution and you are the students, but it was all in good faith and in terms of serving all stakeholders. As we bid goodbye to you in these portfolios, I really want to meet you out there and see you out there changing South Africa and the continent. I would hope that all of you here really feel the weight of the continent upon you. And as you struggle for things such as access and fair administration towards your constituency, now, new SRC, and wherever you are going, outgoing SRC, you remember that Africa really deserves to be seen in spaces of quality, that Africa really deserves to be seen in spaces of innovation as capable to chart its own destiny. For that is what is lacking with Africa. We are seen as a continent of pouring things of mercy unto Africa, so much so that sometimes we wonder, those of us that are in the institutions of learning, as to when it is we are going to turn this around. At one of the workshops of the University of the Free State, I spoke about how do we restore the thrill of learning. And I really hope that you, the SRC, and everyone, including the SRC that's outgoing, that will still have roles out there, we are able to restore the thrill of learning, the quality of learning that is deserved by you, this youth, the decolonization of Africa, and the changing of Africa to be the innovators of knowledge. I have to say this because I'm Vice Principal Academic and Research, and you can't let me down. You can't let Africa down. You cannot let South Africa down on this. With those words, thank you very much, Dr. Magaiza. Dr. Magaiza, for me, represents someone who can get into that space of qualitative thinking and critical thinking and come back to the nitty-gritty of mundane administration, such as what he does now. And it is the kind of dynamism that I aspire for each and every student, that you are able to be community members that deal with the day-to-day things of the community, but you are also able to represent your communities in all of the strategic and theoretical lobbying that needs to be done for this continent. Thank you very much to all of my colleagues in Tantemanchu, the principal in absentia, the magistrate, and all of the work that has been done by your office, Mayor Madibambe. I have received phone calls from your office, and because I have Qwaqwa, and I see them going, Ausi, Dalsi. And I suppose Qwaqwa got it from the students because you are Ausi, Dalsi for everyone on this campus. And with those words, thank you very much. May the spirit that prevailed here continue to prevail wherever you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prof. Sithole. Can you give her a round of applause, please? So I'll just like to call Prof. Can you come again, Dr. Manchu, with Dr. Magaiza, Magistrate, Levu, new SRC, in front, just a peek before we can actually do the procession, please. Quicker, guys, quicker, we don't have time. Cameraman, can you just arrange accordingly? Mamoya, where are you? So. Jabu, can you just arrange them? Let us have one pic of the president and Mr. Magaiza, Mr. Maj should be here, and then guys, at the procession, maybe you must come forth. Colleagues, you can just stand here and do depend where this shot is from. And then, yeah. Yeah. So guys, for 2 shots, just remove the mask quicker and then you take them out. So that at least you'll be visible. Everyone is here, ne?
Makoma.
Which camera are we looking at? I don't know. Thank you, Prof. Again, many smile, do whatever. Thank you. Okay.
You'll forgive me, Sheikh.
Colleagues, the program is still on. What is going to happen, we'll be having a first sitting in the SRC office. That is constitutional requirement. And what will happen right now will be led by our president, and then we will have our management, and then the rest of the SRC can follow, the new ones and the old one can follow, just to go to the SRC office, and the president will have a first sitting with the cabinet, just to observe and maybe confirm and testify that he had that, and then we'll come back here. So that means it will be a procession throughout there, and then we'll come back after the president has adjourned the meeting. Are we together? Yes, so I would like the president to just lead the way, the SRC office, just stand there so that everyone will follow you. The SRC magistrate, you can follow, Prof, and President, come here, please. I don't hear anything. Just, President, just this side, please. Yeah. And then, yes, Magistrate, can you just follow? That the mentioned Prof. Toilet, just follow with Dr. Magaiza. Can you join them too? And then, colleagues, according to the protocol and procedure, you can follow SSRC, the Deputy President, the Secretary, the Treasurer, the Politics and Transformation, Committee on Student Development, just follow them. And then the current SRC, then you can actually follow after theirs. So maybe you can actually have 2 rows instead of 1 we'll see outside. Well, yes. Colleagues, the video, okay, are you ready? We'll be coming back here. So, yeah. Mama, is the SRC office open? Okay, thank you so much.
So is it done? Yeah, I think it's done because the problem oh, what do I eat now? For announcement.
So it's like, how about if